Peace and abundance. Peace and abundance. Cozmik Mind UV. Make sure you support the show, man, by doing 2 of the 3 things or all 3. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Make sure you donate to the steer shot for the near shot. The Cash App is going across the bottom. Yeah. Want to get up to 500 subscribers. Let's build up this space so we can have it in many more people's face. So I'm gonna do the usual. And we're gonna go share it out. And we're gonna see what it's all about, man. Dating a revolutionary or a person with knowledge of self. Alright? What does it take? You know what I mean, to do that? So let's see. We're gonna see in a few. We'll be back. Y'all see the topic. You see what it is. We're gonna get some shows knocked out. I got mad topics and time and space to keep up the pace. Alright, man. Dating a revolutionary or a person with knowledge of self. You know what I mean? You know, what does it take? What does it take? Dating a black male or female revolutionary or some knowledge of self is more than romantic connection. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Alright, now is more important than just a romantic connection. It's a spiritual, political, and cultural alignment that can impact both individuals and the larger black community. Here's a bust down. What does it mean to date a revolutionary or someone with knowledge of self? A revolutionary isn't just someone they are committed to transforming conditions for black people spiritually, socially, and economically. Knowledge of self means understanding one's identity, history, power, and purpose. Let's see. Especially as it relates to being melanated, indigenous, copper tone, black, in a system designed to erase or distort that truth. So I've always said, black people, melanin, indigenous, if you out here dating, man, you need to be checking for somebody with some knowledge of motherfucking self, fam. Especially if you don't have it or you don't have higher levels of it. So that way we can get this grand awakening, you know, started a little bit faster, a lot bit faster. Like I said, too many people is just dating just because, you know, motherfuckers look good, or, you know what I'm saying, for lustful reasons or some materialistic ass reasons or whatever type shit like that, man. At this point in junction, man, if you out in this dating field, poly, mono, whatever, you need to be dating somebody with some motherfucking knowledge of self, and they actually living in that shit, they activated in that shit here. Or some type of revolutionary, man, for real. I mean, dating dummies and bummies and all of these goofy motherfuckers just because of some Eurocentric temporary fix. That shit should be motherfuckers should be tired of that. Benefits of dating a revolutionary / conscious partner. Number one, spiritual and mental alignment. Shared values rooted in liberation, ancestral wisdom, and cultural pride. A deeper purpose in the relationship beyond material or superficial attraction. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of y'all talking points be superficial and material, you hear me? So that let me know that you are not further along a lot of instances when it comes to relationships and dating and all that shit, you hear me? Emotional intelligence and accountability. Revolutionary minded people often work on healing generational trauma, encourages communication, empathy, and collective growth. So if any ladies are interested in me or my wifey or our polygyny thing, if you ain't got no knowledge of self, or you ain't a revolutionary, it ain't even in, you know what I'm saying, you're not open to elevation and, you know, getting out of that indoctrination, you know, you stuck. You stuck, you feel me? It's too many women out here in their own way, for real, you feel me? And, you know, like I say, just like a lot of these dudes, you know, y'all love y'all conquerors, y'all love white daddy and all this shit out here, you hear me? And that's what's keeping your ass limited in your spiritual awakening and all that other shit, you hear me? Intentional living. Consciousness or activated consciousness often comes with intentional diet. That means you're gonna have to have some type of self-discipline for yourself. That's another thing I noticed with a lot of ladies too. Y'all don't like the discipline, and especially the diet area, you feel me? A lot of women do not like discipline when it comes to finances and diet. You hear me? They don't want to be told or consulted or suggested on what to eat, etc. You hear me? So they won't get thyroids and all this other type shit. You hear me? So consciousness of often comes with intentional diet, plant-based, alkaline, etc., media choices, and lifestyle. Partners can build together in health, wealth, and spiritual strength. Cultural reclamation and legacy building, teaching children indigenous and or African history, spirituality, economics, and resistance from a young age. Building empires, not just homes. Rooted in truth, not illusion. Rooted in truth, not illusion. A lot of people still feed their children these motherfucking fairy tale stories, the Bible stories, and all these European ass shit. You hear me? Easter bunnies and Jesus sky daddies and Santa Clauses and all this other shit. Man, I've been so out of touch with that shit so much, man. Sometimes it'd be surprising me to see people still sit their children on a stranger's lap. You hear me? And then they'll be talking about how much a motherfuckers is weirdo out here. It's weird to me how motherfuckers can go sit their child on a Santa Claus or supposed to be dude in a costume lap. But anyway, chicks are paying $1,000 to take a picture with motherfucking Chris Brown. So challenges you might face: outside pressure. The mainstream world may mock or misunderstand or understand. Yeah, they're gonna definitely misunderstand your values. And that's another thing. When you dating a revolutionary person with knowledge of self, you have to be able to separate from the media shit that's gonna tell you opposite. You know what I'm saying? Intensity, especially your homegirls, friends, colleagues, homeboys, shit like that. Because like I told you, a lot of our homies and friends and colleagues, they want to keep you where you are. A lot of y'all ladies, they want to keep you overweight if that's the situation. They want to keep you, single if that's the situation. They want to keep you fucked up if that's the situation. They want to keep you undisciplined in multiple areas if that's the situation. You see what I'm saying? You understand? Intensity. Revolutionaries may be focused on causes that can strain intimacy if balance isn't kept. Unlearning. Both partners must shed old thinking. Toxic patterns or colonial mindset. It works. Colonial mindset. You hear me? That's why I say a lot of y'all still trying to date in a colonial mindset. You still trying to date in a Eurocentric mindset, and we just see the shit ain't been working, fam. But we still keep being out here doing that shit. I mean, so, motherfuckers known to do shit that don't work over and over and over again. So, that's why motherfuckers still voting and shit. Why this matters for black love. It reinforces unity, strength, and purpose in black relationships. Hold on right quick, y'all. It shifts black love from survival to thriving. I gotta do that show, man. Black love and survival mode. You hear me? Or survival mode instead of thriving. You hear me? It models a new relationship paradigm rooted in cultural healing and self-determination. Black men and black women, what this looks like. For black men, protectors, providers, and thinkers, not just materially, however, spiritually and culturally, guided by principle, not ego. Them universal principles that get you far. I got to do another show on universal principles. Maybe I forgot about them shit. Yeah. For black women, healers, nurturers, and truth tellers, reclaiming their divine feminine power, refusing to compromise self-respect for false love. Ain't it, man? Impact on the community. Conscious couples create conscious households. Ain't that something? Or activated conscious couples, actively conscious, or awakened. I don't like the word conscious because conscious is like the base. It's like basic shit, you know what I mean? Basic motherfucker conscious, you hear me? Activated conscious households produce aware or awakened children and strong communities. Revolutionary relationships can be the root of cultural renaissance. It's deeply important for black women to date a black man with knowledge of self. It's deeply important for black women, indigenous copper tone women, the first women, all that other stuff, to date a black man with knowledge of self, because such a union is not just personal. Such a union is not just personal. It's political, spiritual, and generational. Let's bust it down. Why it matters. Isn't this something? Whoever knew all of this stuff matters like this. But see, when you come to Cosmic Mind UV, this is what happens. You hear me? Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Make sure you donate to the channel, man. You feel what I'm saying? Do 2 out of the 3. You hear me? Number 1, protection through awareness. A black man with knowledge of self understands the system's workings against black women, misogyny, white supremacy, economic boundaries. That protecting his woman is not about control. It's about standing between her and the forces that seek to destroy her mind, body, and spirit. Can you hear it? Yeah, I know you can. If he doesn't know who he is, oh man, here we go, ladies. Does your man, did the dude you fucking with know who he is? If you got one, because a lot of y'all single and shit, and that's what's keeping y'all single too. You be fucking with these low vibrational ass niggas, but you be low vibrational too. So that's how a lot of this shit be going on. If he doesn't know himself or who he is, how can he truly see or honor who you are? Ain't that something? True partnership, not patriarchy. A man with knowledge of self sees his woman as a divine equal, not someone to dominate. Knows that healing the black family starts with honoring black women. Respects her mind, her voice, and her mission. And shit helps guide her on her mission. Because a lot of people out here with no motherfucking purpose, man. And whether it's dating, whether it's, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't doing things with a purposeful intention, you hear me? Or the right intention, you hear me? Builders over consumers, ain't it, man? Builders over consumers. He's more likely to build wealth, health, and legacy rather than chase status, materialism, or validation from the system. See, that's what a lot of these niggas that around me I be talking to, I know personally be doing. They like to chase status, materialism, and validation from the system. And that's what a lot of these dudes y'all women be dating, you feel me? But see, y'all be turned on by that, you hear me? So this is what is keeping the cycle of bullshit going on constantly, you feel me? Okay. He's thinking about generational impact, family structure, cultural education, or knowledge and spiritual protection. He might speak of Mansa Musa, which we did a show about him yesterday or the day before, Malcolm X, or Marcus Garvey, not just the latest rapper or celebrity. Ain't that something? Some of y'all dating people you aren't even able to have a deep conversation with, ain't it, man? They so limited and goddamn the intellect You like, damn, I'm with a damn dummy. I'm just with a person for looks. Or them looks fade when a motherfucker goddamn isn't able to have an intellectual conversation. They bandwidth short as hell. The intellectual bandwidth short as a bitch. Trauma awareness, and emotional maturity. Black men with knowledge of self usually acknowledge historical trauma and work towards healing. Show emotional stamina. We did emotional stamina. Didn't we do that show? I think we did that show, didn't we? I think emotional intelligence versus emotional stamina. I think we did one of them shows. Not just toughness. Are more likely to go to therapy, meditate, read, practice discipline, because they know, not think. They don't believe. So I told y'all, it's different between thinking, believing, and knowing. You hear me? And a lot of y'all doing too much thinking, believing and all this other shit, because they know our trauma runs deep. Honoring the divine feminine. A conscious black man, or actively conscious black man, or awakened black man sees black women or indigenous copper-tone women not as liabilities or burdens, however, as sacred, powerful, and central liberation. He uplifts, not drains, because he sees his own liberation through the well-being of his women. So a lot of women be like, well, why are they so worried about the black women? You know what I'm saying? Well, there go your answer right there. Hopefully that was a solid enough answer for you. You hear me? But y'all remember that y'all smarter than us, so you should have already had the answer. You see what I'm saying? I shouldn't even have to give you the answer. You know? Cycles break with conscious love or awakened love. The cycle of abandonment, disrespect, and confusion breaks when a woman is with a man who knows who he is. This shifts the dynamic from survival love to what? Purposeful healing love. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? So, see, this is why we say you got to date for quality, not quantity, baby. A lot of y'all dating just to be bragging on how many motherfuckers you got in rotation. And that rotation is fucking you up, ain't it, man? Impact on community, on black community. When black women are loved properly, the whole community thrives. Isn't that something? Why are they so worried about women? Isn't that something? Why are they so worried about women? Like, they always say that. A lot of y'all sisters say that so fucking much. You feel me? That let me know they don't even know who the fuck they are. You hear me? They don't even have a fucking clue. You hear me? A man with knowledge of self raises daughters with protection, sons with purpose, and relationships with intention. Final word: a black man or original man, copper tone man, being Nehru with knowledge of self is not just a lover. Ain't that something? He's a reflection of the ancestors that protect, the protector of the presence and the architect of the future. Ain't that something, man? When black women unite with black men who truly know themselves, they don't just build relationships, they build what? Near-shines. Ain't it, man? Ain't that something, man? That's something else, ain't it? Dating a black woman with knowledge of self. Oh, y'all didn't think I was gonna get over there, huh? He just gonna talk about the men. See, that's how y'all be thinking this shit too. That's why I be saying shit like that. I be catching y'all thoughts and shit. Dating a black woman with knowledge of self is one of the most powerful and life-changing moves a black man can make. You hear that, fellas? You hear that, fellas? I told you, everybody get this work. They gonna learn that shit. You feel me? She is not just a partner. She is a spiritual mirror, a builder, a healer, a guardian of culture. Y'all hear that, fellas? So is the woman you with or married to right now, is she any of that? Is she working towards any of that? You hear me? Here's why it's crucial for black men. Fellas, this is why it's crucial for us, man, to raise our quality of women that we deal with. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's intimately, business, whatever, have you. Okay. She sees him beyond the surface. Isn't that something, fellas? This is what happens when you know what I'm saying, right? Rise or raise your, or awaken your quality of women. You hear me? And not just dating these indoctrinated, low vibration, Eurocentronized type women. You hear me? She sees him beyond the surface. You hear me? I'm telling y'all, fellas, that's half of the battle. A lot of these women are stuck at surface level. I'm telling y'all, that's what's keeping them single. I'm telling y'all right now, and it's not working for them. And they so smart, they not smart enough to switch it up. You hear me? A woman with knowledge of self sees past what society says a black man is. Isn't that something? Isn't that something, fellas? A woman with knowledge of self, a black woman, a indigenous copper tone woman with knowledge of self, sees past what society says a black man is. Ain't that something? So you won't even have to tell her nothing. You won't even have to do all that extra explaining that shit, because she gonna already overstand. See, that's why you gotta overstand and not understand. You hear me? Okay. Because when you understand, that means you're beneath the surface. That means you're under. You hear me? She recognizes his divinity, his trauma, his potential, and his power. Okay. So fellas, the woman you with, does she recognize any of these things? Is she assisting in healing them joints, or she making it worse? You hear me? She doesn't shame his wounds. She doesn't shame his wounds. She helps him heal them. Isn't that something, fellas? Isn't that something? She won't let him shrink himself. She won't let him shrink himself to fit into the system. Ain't that something, fellas? She won't let him, this is a quote right now, she won't let him shrink himself to fit into systems he was never meant to serve. In motherfucking quote. Don't tell me it don't matter of the quality person you date with the shit going on in their brain, fam. Don't just start telling me that shit, fam. That's why a lot of y'all, that's why I made that statement. What statement I made the other week on my Facebook on the book page? I say so many women are pretty or attractive, whatever fucking words you want to use, you hear me? But a lot of them, when you talk to them, you hear that severe, or you see it, you either hear it or see it, or you instinctively can know it. As far as me, just such, it's either limited vibration or it's low vibration, or it's such indoctrination. You feel me? So, I told y'all ladies, and I put this on my post too, a pretty face and being attractive is not gonna get you by no more, babe. It's so many pretty faces and attractiveness, whether it's natural or with a bunch of makeup and shit on. You feel me? So it's plenty of that out here, babe. So you gonna have to figure out something else other than that shit. I'm just telling you. Whether you doing the fake hair, lashes, nails, it's hundreds of thousands of shorties doing that. You feel me? If you doing the, so you got to figure out something that's a different something. You feel me? Just like men do. You feel me? Mental and spiritual stimulation. She studies. You hear that, fellas? She does what? She studies. She questions. She builds. She don't question to undermine shit or start arguments and shit and make you frustrated. Conversations, watch this. Conversations go beyond gossip. Ain't that something, fellas? When you date a woman with knowledge of self, conversations. See, that's why I say, fellas, a lot of y'all that's quality fellas, you getting these women because you're dating for surface level shit. Yes, we want someone attractive. Don't get me wrong. Yes. However, we gotta, what was the song back in the day? We gotta know how deep is your love, baby. I gotta know how deep is your intellect. Ain't it, man? I gotta know how deep your mind go, or like thereof. Conversations go beyond gossip or clout. It's about growth, history, health, revolution or evolution, any of the genres, and legacy. She sharpens. Did you, fellas? Yeah, she sharpens his mind. Did you hear that? I need you to hear stuff like that. I need you to really put a pin in stuff Cozmik be saying, because y'all just be thinking I be talking. But I be doing a whole lot of motherfucking walking, bitch. She does what, fellas? What does she do? What does a woman with knowledge of self do? What does she do? She sharpens your mind, huh? She don't distract your shit. She don't convince you to dumb down your shit, huh? She sharpens his mind and awakens his purpose. Do you hear that? She sharpens his mind and awakens his purpose. So when the women be saying, why you need me to help you with your, you already know what that is. Leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone, leave it alone. I'm telling y'all, fellas, you got to catch the shit from what a motherfucker say. That's gonna tell you the level they are at. Every time. It's so easy. It's so simple. It don't take no 25 dates. It don't take 3 dates. It don't even take 1 date for real. Really. And that just depends on how disciplined you are in your awakening, fellas. You feel me? Because we done done the lower vibrational shit, so we already know the results of that. Most likely, right? We know the results of indoctrinized dating. Huh? Or moving with an indoctrinated purpose and not a divine purpose, huh? Not a righteous purpose, ain't it, man? Or a purpose with knowledge of self. She's a what? Healer, not a hurter. That's not something I made up. Y'all know I be making up shit. However, y'all know this not a made up, that's what is up here. She's a healer, not a hurter, or a sabotager, or undermine ass motherfucker. A woman with knowledge. Check it out, fellas. Check it. A woman with knowledge of self brings what? Balance, not baggage. Come on. So you didn't. This presentation was going to take these facets of dating perspectives. A woman with knowledge of self does what? She brings what, fellas? She brings balance in the multiplicity of areas, not just baggage. Ain't that something? She overstands energy or inner chi, right? Emotions, right? Eternal motion, the emotions that's within, emotions, herbs and holistic living stands that, fellas. So that means she not gonna feed you, because a lot of y'all like to yell at cooking shit, and I already told you that if she feeding your ass diabetes, if she feeding your ass high blood pressure, if she feeding your ass any of that type of bull ass shit, then that shit is nothing void. She likes to promote. Watch this, fella. She likes to promote what? Meditation over trauma. Healthy foods over fast food. So that's what I told you, fellas. And ladies too. All I gotta do is look at your shopping cart and I can tell where you are, babe. I ain't gotta talk to you. I can just see when I be on the dating sites. I can just, when some of the women be posting a plates, they like post the plates and shit. Some of, I can just tell how you eat, just to know where you are. That's why people, well, how you know if you don't know me? You mean to tell me there's not external indications of who you motherfucking are? Is that what you're telling me? That can't possibly what you be telling Cozmik. I know that's not what you're telling Cozmik. Because, okay, healthy foods over fast food, baby, huh? Emotional accountability over toxic cycles. Ain't that something, fellas? What else does she do, fellas? What else does she do? She encourages a man to be in his highest form. Do you hear that? She encourages. She don't try to compete with you. She don't get jealous of that shit. She don't undermine that shit. She don't get envious of that shit. Ain't it, man? She what? Encourages a Nehru, the original man, etc., to be in his highest form, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Ain't that something, fellas, man? She honors. See, this is why you got to tune in to Cozmik Mind UV. Because, see, some of these topics going to be seeming like, you know. But then when the presentation for the nation comes about, make sure you share this. Make sure you subscribe. We got random topics that's going to come alive. Ain't it, man? We got comments coming in. Let's get those a spin. What we got right here? What's this? Empress Star, take you far no matter where you are. Guess what? Who you with Wednesdays tonight? It's 11:11 right now, by the way. It's 11:11 somewhere where you are, baby. Peace and abundance, huh? Abundance and peace, ain't it, baby? Let's get in the crease. Empress Star, take you far no matter where you are. Who you with Wednesdays, baby? It's right through. It's coming through in the theater, in a platform near you, ain't it, man? We have to go beyond the surface and see our Nehrus, men, etc. That's half of the battle. That's half of the battle to break the curse. All right. We getting that stuff from the Empress Star, man. And I think the topic tonight is going to be the warfare, spiritual warfare on the womb, part 1. Ladies, you should be there for that, my baby. You should be there for that, my little buttercup. Hey, that was my shit, the Three Amigos, baby. My little buttercup had the sweetest smile, baby. Y'all don't know about the motherfucking Three Amigos, nigga. A real woman or real divine feminine activated melanin indigenous copper tone original woman will help her king heal and not shrink him to fit in a system that wasn't made for him. Ain't that something? See, this is what it looks like when, you know, she has an over-understanding. Then she can give you goddamn the proper handing. Ain't it, man? How deep is that mind, baby? Not your motherfucking behind. Ain't it, baby? How deep is your mind? Not your motherfucking behind. That's what's keeping a lot of y'all behind. You display your tail or you display your ass, huh? You displaying too much assy and not enough classy, baby. You displaying too much assy and not enough classy. She honors, watch this, fellas. Share with your homies, fellas. We all got them homeboys that's going through it with they chick and shit. They calling you for advice and they tired of her ass and shit. You hear me? She honors his role without ego games. Do you hear that? She honors his role without ego games, fellas. She doesn't see leadership, watch this. She doesn't see leadership as control or submission as weakness. Do you hear that, fellas? So if they have a problem with submission, brother, you already know where they are. Y'all keep yelling this red flag shit, fellas, but I'm telling you, it do not take me long to sum up majority of these women. It don't take long. It don't. Listen, she doesn't see leadership as control or submit or as control or submission as weakness. She overstands divine masculine and supports it. No. She does what? She overstands divine masculine and supports it. without trying to replace or emasculate it. Do you hear that? Did you hear what I said, fellas? See y'all ain't comprehending what I'm saying, fellas. You not comprehending what I'm saying. A lot of instances, fellas, we are with women that's in direct conflict of where we going. Huh? They in direct conflict of the goddamn mission. Ain't it, man? They fucking up the transmission, baby. Huh? Her strength doesn't compete with his. Do you hear that? Her strength doesn't compete with his. It completes his mission. Fellas, you said, did you hear? Did you comprehend what the fuck I just said? Her strength, because they love saying how strong they are, ain't it, man? But how are they using that strength, fellas? Have you ever asked them that question? I know you strong, but how are you using that strength? Ain't that something? Okay. Her strength doesn't compete with yours or his. It completes your mission, fellas. Watch this. She's rooted in her cultural and power. And culture and power. A indigenous Coppertone original black woman who knows herself is often deeply connected to what? Indigenous or African spirituality, ancestral practices, liberation movements. Her role as a womb man, quote, the first teacher of the child, the heart of the home. Ain't it, man? He want us to stay in here and be homemakers and shit. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. She raises children with consciousness or awakeness, not just clothes or toys. Ain't it, man? Watch this, fellas. She holds him accountable with what? Love, man. You hear that? Do you hear that, fellas? She holds him accountable with love. She'll challenge him not to destroy, however, to develop. She'll challenge him not to destroy, however, to develop. She doesn't tolerate mediocrity because she sees the king within. She asks, what are you building? What legacy will you leave? She's rare. You hear that, fellas? Did you hear that? So a lot of these women that be, oh, you want me to, that means she not rare, fam. You hear that? If she want to be like anything else that's out this motherfucker, that means she's just like everything out this motherfucker. Do you hear what I said? She's rare and revolutionary. In a world that when a world that profits off of black women being what? Confused, distracted, and dependent. One who knows herself is a threat to the system. Ain't that something? Isn't that something? She aligns, watch this, fellas. She aligns her love, loyalty, and life to a higher calling and inspires her man, King Nehru, etc. to do the same. Final thought for black men. A black original Coppertone black woman with knowledge of self. Come on, fellas, listen. Come on, comprehend. Is not just your woman or woman. She is your mirror, your medicine, your co-creator and your legacy what? Protector. Huh? So, fellas, we have some questions to ask ourselves. For you, those that's been in relationships or you've been married or whatever, she doesn't just love you, she reminds you what? Who you are. Do you hear that, fellas? Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Her words gonna either destroy or motherfucking employ. Ain't it, man? All the above. Dating a black man or black woman with knowledge of self. Revolutionary love. Cultural alignment. Healing. Legacy building. That's what we looking for as my Empress or my divine feminine and I. Ladies, we looking for cultural alignment, revolutionary love, healing, legacy building, baby. So if you aren't able to contribute to any of that, get the fuck out the way and let the real motherfucking players play. It says ties directly into what? You ready? Are you ready? Polygyny. Are you ready? Ties directly into polygyny. Isn't that something? When it is approached through consciousness, not ego. Here we go with the bust down. Conscious polygyny is rooted in knowledge of self. Isn't that something? Polygyny, when practiced with knowledge of self, is not about lust or domination. It's about structure, family, and legacy. Spiritual and economic alignment. Sacred responsibility, not casual relationships. So you hear that, ladies? So for you ones to be so harping on sex, that's why I be telling y'all, that's why I know where y'all already are at. And that's what I tell my Empress and my feminine energy and my you know what I mean, my galactic feminine energy. Just by the way, just certain shit they say to you, baby, that's gonna give you huge indications of where they are. Both men and women involved must know who they are, be spiritually mature, isn't that something? Understand their purpose and the community impact of their union. A revolutionary black man practicing polygyny, isn't it something? A revolutionary black man does not use polygyny to exploit or control. Seeks to build nationhood, not break homes. See, a lot of you dudes is practicing this monogamy shit or this side chick shit. You practicing what? Broken homes. So you just contributing, and you women that's jumping and applying to be side chicks instead of being down with the poly shit, you're facilitating the broken homes. See, that's why I don't be wanting to hear a lot of this bullshit that y'all be talking about, because a lot of y'all participate in the same shit that you claim that you against and you hate so much. I'ma just let this sink in for a second. Seeks to build nationhood, not break homes. Provides emotional, spiritual, and material support, and every woman involved. Chooses partners with shared visions. You hear that? You hear that? Shared vision. With Z's. Shared visions. Values with Z's. And awakened conscious alignment. So ladies, don't even want to talk to you if you ain't got none of that. Did you hear what I said? That's the only reason my Empress made it to where she is. I'm gonna tell you that right now. All this thinking you about to show up and you not gonna have to show out and have to earn what it's all about. Come on, baby. Ain't nobody just giving you shit out here, babe. You can't just say you about something. You gotta show you about it. A man with knowledge of self, Nehru, king, etc., with knowledge of self, leads with what? Vision, not his ego. So, fellas, if she's not able to see your vision, not just see it, invest in your vision, take on your vision, apply your shit. Huh? A black woman with knowledge of self and polygyny. Watch this. Watch. Fellas, if you a couple, if you have a woman and or you single and want to practice religion, or you are in a couple and you are seeking the third or the fourth, a black woman with knowledge of self in polygyny, she does what? She chooses polygyny as a conscious lifestyle, not out of desperation or manipulation, overstanding collective power and sisterhood, knows that a family unit built on truth and purpose can be more impactful than one built on Eurocentric individualism. Isn't that something? We got comments coming through. They flying through. We gonna make them do what they do in a second. She doesn't see the other woman as competition. This is why a lot of you shorties, you aren't able to get along with your woman, with your sisters in any facet, because you are so indoctrinated. But your conqueror practices polygyny all the time. Stupid. However, as a co-builder, she doesn't see the other women as competition. However, as a co-builder, polygyny as a tool for nation building. Conscious polygyny can create stronger extended family systems, allow for more cooperative economics, shared resources, multiple incomes, which they say you're supposed to have anyway, right? Help raise children in community or young adults in a community of conscious or awakened adults. We need to go to awakened adults instead of just conscious. Because like I told you, that's like the bare minimum. Heal the imbalance left by mass incarceration, violence, or male absence in the black community. It shifts the focus from romanticized love to functional, purposeful love. Ain't that something? Healing trauma and restoring the black family. Most black relationships suffer from Eurocentric views of love. I wonder what that is. Ownership and jealousy. So they always talking about what Poly, he think he own them, when really that Eurocentric shit you doing is really you practicing ownership, stupid. Family breakdowns. It suffers from what? Family breakdowns, financial strain. That's what they talk about. Monogamy. That's what they talk about indirectly. Polygyny, when practiced with knowledge of self, can what? Heal the emotional and structural wounds left by slavery, separation, and systemic attacks, rebuild large family units that mirror pre-colonial African or indigenous traditions, restore balance and responsibility in black male leadership. So you mean to tell me polygyny will restore responsibility in black male leadership? Isn't that something? It changes the system. It changes the system. A family built on awakened conscious black men and awakened conscious black women, healthy strategic polygyny is a direct threat to a system that depends on broken families. Do you understand that? Single parent households and disunity. Polygyny with knowledge of self. Polygyny with knowledge of self, not one without the other, is a loophole for lust. It's a structure for strategy. Final thought. Awakened conscious black relationships, whether monogamous or polygynous, must be built on truth, discipline, spiritual alignment, cultural understanding, economic and emotional purpose. Polygyny ties all this together. polygyny ties all this together only when it's led by wisdom, not ego. When both men and women are deeply rooted in knowledge of self. Overall overview, and we out of here. Revolutionary love, knowledge of self, conscious polygyny, awakened conscious polygyny in the black community. At the heart of the all of the above lies a powerful truth. Black love must evolve beyond survival. 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 Lust and ladies, you gotta present something other than something that's lustful. Oops. Do. Black love must elevate, evolve, etc. beyond survival, lust, or trauma. It must be rooted in knowledge of self, purpose, and collective liberation. Whether monogamy or polygynous, our relationships must be tools of healing, structure, and nation building. Dating a revolutionary or a person with knowledge of self, choosing a partner with knowledge of self means aligning with someone who understands history, culture, and spiritual identity, is committed to healing themselves and their people, seeks love as a form of resistance and restoration. This type of love challenges systems, promotes accountability, and uplifts both partners into higher purpose. Why it's critical for black men and to date. Why it's critical for black women to date black men with knowledge of self is critical, ladies. Is no longer a fucking option. A awakened conscious black man protects, provides, and respects from a place of awareness, not, I'ma say mature ego, because you never lose your ego. And we're gonna do a show about your ego. You need to have a mature ego. Builds legacy, not chaos. Builds legacy, not chaos, and broken homes and shit like that. Recognizes black women as divine and central to liberation. So when they be saying why they need us so bad, fellas, they the ones you don't fuck with. I keep telling y'all this. They the zombies. He understands that a healed woman births a healed family. Oops. Do. So ladies, this is why your body count matters. This is why who you screwing or who you do sexually connected with matters. He understands that a healed woman births a healed family. And he's ready to what? Co-create that. Do you hear what I just the fuck said? So fellas, if you spreading your seed, my G, are you spreading healed DNA? Are you spreading elevated DNA? RNA? Are you spreading cultivated? Get your fucking stuff. Or you just spreading indoctrinated, acidic, low vibration for the near shot? Because that's the first stimulation. That's why I told y'all when we went over, I got to do my reading from the laws of success. The number one stimulation is a sexual stimulation, but it has to be done in an intelligent manner. Crazies. So you out here, you, them, they, those, you just out here doing what you want to do, and it's just for lust. That means it's not done intelligently. I'm just telling you, if you whoring, if you tricking, if you indirectly tricking, if you subtly tricking, this is for fellas and men, and women, because both trick in different forms, right? That's not done in an intelligent fashion. If you doing it with fuck shit ass intentions. A conscious or awakened conscious black woman, what does she do? Nourishes, uplifts, and challenges her man towards greatness, not challenges you to be more indoctrinated, more of a good old worker, a good old slave, nigga. Honors herself and expects to be honored in return. How you chicks gonna ask to be respected or honored when you don't honor yourself, ho? Huh? Huh? Give me the answers, cause y'all be having answers that I don't even fathom of having. If you don't honor your fucking self, woman, chick, girl, empress, hoe, whore, goddess, all of this stuff y'all call yourself, how do you expect someone to honor you in return, man? If you don't honor your body, your mind, your spirit, your whatever, your soul doesn't just love, she leads, teaches, and builds. Her energy or inner chi is sacred, healing, and visionary. So you're not going to have to convince her of your visions, because she's already a visionary. She knows her worth and his. How this connects to awakened conscious polygyny. When both partners are grounded in knowledge of self, polygyny or all partners becomes more than just multiple partners. It becomes a structure for legacy. A revolutionary man sees polygyny as responsibility, not privilege. See, because that's what a lot of these women are used to. They're used to dating low vibrational dudes and fucked up dudes, so they see shit through a what? Low vibrational lens, my baby. Huh? How they gonna be able to see some shit from a knowledge of self perspective when they have indoctrinated shades on, baby? Huh? Awakened conscious women, black women in polygyny value sisterhood. They value that. Shared purpose and unity. Together, what they get, what do we get when we mix that together? Build cooperative household, raise culturally aware children and starseeds, heal family fragmentations, reclaim indigenous, African, etc. centered traditions that worked before colonization, the ones that worked. The bigger picture, healing and nation building. When revolutionary love meets cultural knowledge, we get, what do we get? What does this equal? When revolutionary love meets cultural knowledge, we get stronger families, financial unity, spiritual growth, cultural preservation, community-centered children and or starseeds. I'm going to get to the comments in a second. They flying through. This transformed black love from being reactive. See, that's what a lot of you niggas are, you chicks and you niggas are when polygyny and this shit type of shit come up. You are reactive. And dysfunctional to being awakened, conscious, intentional, and future focused. Final message, little niggas, little niggas. Revolutionary love is not a trend. It is a what? Necessity. So all of y'all with this might and we might need to do it and maybe, and this is just, no. It's a necessity, little niggas. Because see, a lot of y'all have to be forced to do the right thing. And that's unfortunate. A lot of you have to be forced to think correctly. And that's unfortunate. A lot of you have to be forced to eat the right shit. And that's unfortunate. Because you're going to be forced one way or another. How long have I said you either pay now or pay later? Whether one partner or more, if your relationships aren't rooted in self-awareness, high self-awareness, cultural respect, and shaped purpose. You're not building legacy, you're repeating cycles. Black love plus knowledge of self equal liberation, power, and resurrection of the black nation. Let's get to these comments, B. Empress Star, take you far no matter where you are. We need to overstand our divine masculine so that we can support them and, in essence, heal us all. Isn't that something? Come on. Gems. Come on, let's take gems for the intellectual swims, ain't it? Gems for the intellectual swims. Gratitude for the participation. A lot more of y'all need to participate in spaces like this. Cause we keep saying they lying to us, propaganda, but then y'all don't support spaces that's not lying to your ass, giving you propaganda. Support by donating. Get in your pocket, take that paper fiat money out that has a slave master on it and support the channel. She challenges him to develop, not to destroy him. Do you hear that? Come on, Empress Star. She comprehends, fellas. Do you see how sexy when a woman comprehends, man? Not just listens and hears, she comprehends and she can apply it. When we know, not think or not believe, when we know ourselves, we are a threat to the system. Ain't that something? Yes, we need that revolutionary love. A revolutionary love is a poly love. Ain't this something? Uh-oh. PSI TV say preach. Let the goddamn truth speak, baby. That's what we do over here, baby. This is what we do over here. Huh? Have no fear. This is what we do over here. What we got? We got the lava flame up fire. Bonfire. More bonfire. Let's get out this Eurocentric mentality. That means, break the word up, mental reality. That means you have a Eurocentric mental reality. Let's get out of this Eurocentric mental reality and empower our kings, Nehrus. This is from Empress Star, take you far no matter where you are. Our kings, Nehrus, etc., so that we can take our place back at the top. This has been a great show for dating a revolutionary or a person with knowledge of self. Ladies, when you get in my inbox or I get in yours, baby, you know, you just gotta understand, baby, this is a rare occurrence. You're not gonna get someone with knowledge of self and a revolutionary, both in one, that often. Did you hear in the presentation say it's rare? Huh? It's rare that you gonna get this, babies. Okay? So a lot of y'all need to date for revolutionary love, and not just Eurocentric love. Guess what? Who You With Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, coming right through here. Have no fear when it's coming right through here. Cozmik Mind, you be where you need to motherfucking be at 9 p.m. Eastern. For Empress Star, I'm the co-host on Who You With Wednesdays. The topic is spiritual warfare on the womb. Let's get that intellectual boom when we talk about the spiritual warfare on the womb, man. God damn. Empress Star says she loves that she has a revolutionary emperor. What type of man or men or caliber of masculine energy or energy are you with, ladies? Whether it's your brother, whether it's your cousin, Whether it's these male friends you say you around, these acquaintances and all of this other bull ass shit, huh? This is why. Peace and abundance. Hope all is well. Royal day. Let's let the players play. And guess what? Cause my UV.